Okay, I think it's awesome. Got it. Okay, cool. So just gonna wait a second to make sure that we're live onto Facebook. Here we go. Cool.
Woohoo! We're
A
live.
holiday hello from EcoFaith.
Hello. Shout out to all of you who we know out there. So great to be with you on your phone or your computer or however you're live streaming these days.
We just wanted to come on here to for a number of reasons. We wanted to say hello. We don't normally go live on Facebook, but we're like, hey, we'd love to see your faces, or sort of. I guess you're seeing our face. But if you're on here live, please feel free to chat in the comments and just say hello and how your holiday is going. We wanted to bring you like a special invitation of this holiday season can have the beautiful energy of gratitude and wonder and awe. And how much can we be engaging with the earth with these same energies and really
Mm,
having that sense of
mm.
gratitude and wonder and awe for the earth around us and the people around us and everything really. So we just wanted to come on and invite you to that. And we have a number of other awesome things to invite you to as well. But I didn't know, Robin, if you had anything else you wanted to say about that part.
Oh, I'm glad you initiated this, Jenny Lee. It's great to have a chance to connect with you from across 2 different states through the wonder of this technology, and just grateful to be on with you today.
Yeah, I'm currently in Colorado, so I get to experience a new environment over here, and it's been really sunny, so I'm very grateful for that. Um,
I'm here
so
in
we have
Northern
a
California, here at my mother's
night.
house, overlooking her back deck, and so grateful to have a chance to share a few of the upcoming opportunities, starting with this evening even.
Yeah.
We have been so grateful to have Kira Sato as our intern. She's a Willamette University psychology student, and she is going to be offering a presentation this evening as the culminating project for her internship. And you want to share a
Yeah,
little about what that's going to be about, Jenny Lee?
I do. Give me 1 second here, and I'm gonna share my screen so we'll get it on here. So tonight, Kira Sato is going to be doing her final project presentation called How Storytelling Impacts Transgenerational Trauma. And so it's tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So at 7, if you're on the West Coast, 8 o'clock, if you're kind of where I am, 9 or 10, depending on what part of the country you're in. But Kira has been doing research for, about 3 months and engaging with the EcoFaith leaders and the leadership meeting, the leader and mentorship meeting every Thursday morning, which you all, of course, are invited to as well, um, on specifically storytelling and transgenerational trauma and how this relates to in the context of climate and racial justice. And so she kind of shared a little bit about her presentation will be about storytelling, and it'll be about an hour, and they'll be given opportunities to like discuss and ask questions. She's going to be sharing a little bit of her story too, and how this has been like personally impactful for her and her family's history. So if you would love to come, we would love to invite you to come and share this time with our intern Kira and more folks from our community too. And a really easy way is to go to ecofaithrecovery.org, and then we have on the RSVP page, you can easily sign up for this event tonight, and you'll get the Zoom login information. You may have also received it in the latest e-news. So there's a little button there, RSVP here, and that's an easy way to come join us for this. And I'm really interested because she has shared different pieces over the course of her research, and she just goes really deep as a psychology major, right, into how storytelling can really impact and I think help us move into a space of hope, because there's a lot of trauma essentially around the things that are happening with climate and racial justice and just climate change in general too. And so, we're kind of living in this time of there's a lot of things happening, a lot of things changing, and we kind of see that it needs to change, right? And so, like, what do we do about that? And how do our stories impact that? And how can we actually develop our leadership in how we are telling those stories and leading through storytelling? So I'm excited for that tonight.
Yeah, me too. It's been really interesting, hasn't it, with a lot of our eco-faith leaders getting exposed to Kira's research this year, that many of us hadn't really thought of the climate crisis as a trauma event. We haven't
Mhm.
thought as much about our own generational, multi-generational land stories as trauma events, and how we have been disconnected from Earth, and how industrial growth society has really done damage to our souls. And it's just been so interesting to feel the light going on in me, and to see the light going on for other people in our eco-faith community who've been listening to Kira's findings as she's been doing this research, and giving us ways to frame our own stories for ourselves, but also so they can have an impact on the larger world, and have an impact at times on elected public leaders, to help them understand and grasp how the way many aspects of modern life are going right now are continuing to cause trauma to us. And so how do we recover from that? And how do we how can our trauma, the ways we work with our trauma, be embodying resilience? And like you said, Jenny Lee, hope and possibility. We know from people who have trauma that people can get stuck there and overwhelmed by it, and disabled by it. And there are also other people whose trauma becomes the way that they heal from the trauma, the way they deal with work with the trauma, becomes an opportunity to move forward in life in a bold and creative new direction, with possibility and hope. And so anyway, Kira will speak much more articulately about that this evening, because this is her research, and it's just been so fun for us to get to accompany her. And it's super fun to get to share this with the larger community of folks who might like to join us. All are welcome, as Jenny Lee said. Just RSVP or connect with Jenny Lee or me to get that Zoom link for tonight.
Yeah, yeah. And I just posted the RSVP link in the comments of this live right here. So feel free to just check out the comments below, and you'll get a link to that. Another really cool thing that has already begun, and is continuing to develop, is our partnership with Eloheh, an Indigenous Center for Earth Justice. And you've probably seen something about it by now. But if you haven't, I'll let Robin share a little bit more about that partnership that we have launched and are in the midst of, and some really cool pieces of it that you can engage with, both if you're in sort of the Oregon, Portland metro area, as well as nationally or globally even, depending on where you're at. So I'll let Robin, you can share a little more about that if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm so excited our eco-faith leaders wanted to embrace this opportunity to partner with Elohey Indigenous Center for Earth Justice and its co-sustainers, Randy and Edith Woodley. They have, wow, been doing this work over decades now of helping people reconnect with sacred earth. And Randy, we're so excited. He has a book coming out that we think is going to be a particular gift to folks really around the world. It's called Becoming Rooted, 100 Days of Reconnecting with Sacred Earth. And there's going to be an online launch event, and EcoFaith is super excited to be partnering with Elohey and others as Randy launches this book. In advance of that, we're helping communities of faith get connected with this upcoming resource in order to form book groups. We're hoping that as many communities of faith as possible, and as many communities who aren't faith-based, are going to start book groups with family, friends, fellow folks from your faith community, and do this 100-day journey, one devotional per day. This, after January 12th launch event, the books, you can start reading it on January 13th. And if we do, then we culminate on Earth Day. And there's also going to be an online opportunity as well as in-person opportunities in April on Earth Day. The in-person event will take place at Elohey, and for those at a distance, we welcome you to form your own in-person events in celebration of Earth Day. For those from the Christian faith traditions, There are EcoFaith leaders and others who are partnering with EcoFaith to put together a 40-day Lenten journey to accompany the 100-day journey with Becoming Rooted. This Lenten devotional will be called A Grounded Faith, Reconnecting with Creator and Creation in the Season of Lent. And even if folks don't get the book, they can still do the Lenten devotional, but we're hoping by doing the Lenten devotional, it'll get people even more excited to purchase the book and do the whole 100 days with Randy and Eloheh. And what better thing for us as people of faith to be doing than to be focusing on the ways we've gotten disconnected from sacred earth and opening up to the ways that Creator, God, Spirit wants to help us reconnect. For those of us from Christian contexts, wow, I mean, what more intentional repentance, reconciliation process could we engage in than taking a look at some of the legacy, the ways that Christianity has been complicit in, or even at times responsible for, some of the disconnection and alienation that we have felt from sacred earth, and also some of the awful things that have happened to Indigenous folks. Many of us, like myself, feel like we need a repentance journey from that. We need to reclaim our faith traditions from some of the brokenness that has led us into ways that are not life-giving. And in Randy Woodley's book, he wants to encourage us to be on a journey of re-indigenizing. We are all indigenous to some place, some number of generations back. What does it mean to become re-indigenous to the places that we are? And what does it mean to have a central care and focus on those who have been harmed the most? And that can be Indigenous folks in our communities, that can be people of color, that can be folks who economically are marginalized and have done the least to create the climate crisis, but are experiencing disproportionate harm. So for all those reasons, this is a wonderful journey to take, whether you want to take the full 100-day journey, whether you want to encourage your community of faith to use the Lenten devotional. There should be a preview of the Lenten devotional available from EcoFaith by mid-December, so you can check it out. You can also find out more information about the authors and what's happening with this resource, as well as the other opportunities with our EcoFaith Elohey partnership at www.ecofaithrecovery.org/Elohey, which is spelled ELOHEH.
And I just put it in the chat, the comments as well. So just feel free to check out that. And welcome if you're joining us live. We have been talking about what's happening right now with EcoFaith and inviting you to different things. So for example, tonight we have Kira's presentation, and then Robin was just inviting folks to Elohey partnership that we have going on. And lastly, we have a very fun holiday carols fundraising event. So Robin, me, a number of other EcoFaith leaders will be on Facebook Live singing carols, having a great time, being silly, and also inviting folks to engage with the $2,500 matching grant that we currently have, end of year matching grant to help EcoFaith meet our year-end budget. And so let me just put up on the screen, I believe I have a fun little, here we go. Fun little save the date. So save the date for the holiday carols, a gift for you and your loved ones, on December 12th. We will be on Facebook Live singing, and specifically to folks that you can designate a specific carol to, that you can say like, hey, I'm dedicating this carol to a loved one, and we will sing to them. And we'll have a sign up for the holiday carols event and coming up in the next week. And this is really a tie to the matching grant that we have. And so I'm going to jump over here one second. show you a little bit about that. A very generous donation of $2,500 that we can match as a community. And there are a number of different ways that we can do that. You can see it here at the top of our donate page. That it's any amount you give above what you've given in the past year will be matched 100%. Any first-time contributors will have the entire amount of their gift matched. And so that's another cool way too. Like if you know any friends and family that also share your passion for environmental eco justice, climate justice, that this is an amazing opportunity to have their contribution matched if they would like to donate towards what we're doing. And then any new recurring donations will be matched for the entire calendar year. So not just that first one, but the sum of the calendar year of what that recurring donation would be is matched, as well as any existing sustaining donors. So anybody who is doing a monthly donation, any increase to that you would like to offer and give to EcoFaith will be matched again for the entire annualized amount toward that $2,500 that we are shooting for this end of year. So we so appreciate our donors. We're 100% individual and congregation donation, I guess, funded at this point. And so your donation like makes it possible for us to do what we're doing, for all the things that we've been able to do this past year and the past many number of years that EcoFaith has been around. And really cool, being able to support really cool initiatives like this, like what we're doing now with Eloheh, and which also includes our newest intern, which is the 40th internship that EcoFaith has hosted and has been involved in developing young adult and seminary leadership. And it's so over, I think it was like 36 interns. We've done 40 internships because multiple of our interns have come back to do advanced internships with EcoFaith as well. And so it's really exciting, and you'll be seeing more from Meg, who is our newest intern, as well as, I mean, you know, previously mentioned that Kira, another amazing EcoFaith intern, is doing her presentation tonight. So yay.
Yay. I want to echo your thanks, Jenny Lee, to everybody out there for the incredibly generous support of EcoFaith over the years. We would not be here without your support. That is so, so true. This matching grant that's on offer, I'll be honest, when I get these emails that talk about a matching grant, I'm like, is this a real matching grant? Or did the person just put up the money and then, you know, like, it's just like a way to get me to give? EcoFaith's matching grants are always matching grants. We've got donors who are like, okay, well, we want to encourage EcoFaith to give more donations because we know that's how you become sustainable over time. So we get the donation if we can raise the money by the end of the year, or we get as much of it as we can raise. And sometimes we have a donor who's like, well, okay, if you don't get it all this year, then, you know, maybe I'll put it back up again next year. So sometimes we might get a second chance at it. But for this year, it's our chance to earn as much of that $2,500 matching grant with new donations from folks who haven't donated before, or from those who are willing to give EcoFaith a cost of living increase. We know inflation's going up, our costs go up as well. And so for any of you might be already sustaining donors who would consider an extra $5 or $10 a month on top of what you are already donating, we're so grateful for that. And really just so grateful for all the donations that have made EcoFaith possible thus far. We wouldn't be able to do this leadership development work, and the leaders who are being developed through EcoFaith would not have that added support as they seek to organize their communities if it weren't for everything that you all are doing to make EcoFaith possible. So thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts.
Yeah, well, awesome. Well, that is a beautiful way for us to kind of end this live. And I know I started off by inviting folks into that spirit of gratitude, wonder, and awe. And right now we are in gratitude, wonder, and awe of our donors and everybody else who is participating, whether you can do that financially or otherwise. You are a leader with EcoFaith if you're a part of this network. And we are so grateful for you, and wishing everybody a happy and beautiful holiday season.
Yeah, so great to be with you. Jenny Lee, thanks for organizing us to get out there live today. It's a gift to be with you, and it's a gift to be with all of those who are out there on social media today. Really hope you're having good holidays and really finding
Yeah.
some good time to really drop down and reconnect with the source of all of these lives for however long we get to have these lives. It's a gift to be on this journey together, and it's a gift to be engaged in this sacred work together as well. So thank you.
Oh. Bye, y'all.